Hello everyone, today I'll show you how to cook Kim-Chi Bibim Gooksu, meaning Korean noodles tossed with kimchi and homemade sauce. As for the noodles, we have jjungmyeon and somyeon, which is the medium thickness noodles and thin noodles. We usually use somyeon for this type of menu, but since we don't have the somyeon, we're going to be using jjungmyeon, which is the medium thickness noodles. The cooking direction is usually on the back of the package, and the best way is to follow the directions. As you can see, jjungmyeon requires about 4 to 5 minutes of cooking time, and somyeon with about 3 to 4 minutes of a cooking time. Now let's talk about the ingredients we put in the sauce. First of all, sesame seed oil. We only have this much, but that's fine. We also have oligosaccharide for sweetener. You could also use white sugar. You also need soy sauce. Any kind of soy sauce would be okay. And now we have sesame seed. If you have it, that's good. If you don't, that's fine. And the black pepper, this is a must. Most importantly, kimchi. You can use any time, but generally pechu kimchi, which is the cabbage kimchi, is the one we use. Now everything is ready, pot on, board on, and we're gonna start by chopping the kimchi. As you can see, we need to chop the kimchi into small pieces, maybe about a fingernail size. And the amount of kimchi that we would need is about a large handful portion because we're making a 4-person portion right now. And after chopping up all the kimchis, we would need about 3 spoons of kimchi sauce to spice things up. Now, we're gonna put 2 spoons of oligosaccharide syrup. You could also use 2 spoons of sugar. And then we're going to be needing the sesame seed oil. I usually put about 4 spoonfuls of sesame seed oil for a 4-person portion. But since we don't have that much, we're just going to use them all. Now the time for the soy sauce, 1 spoon. And lastly, the black pepper. Mix everything all together, and this is the standard amount of ingredients that you put in. The most important part is you need to taste it. If you think it's less sweetened, you need to put more sugar, just like what I'm doing right now. Or if you feel that you would need a bit of a saltiness, then you need to actually add some soy sauce or even some salt. So mix it all together. And you also need to taste it again to make sure that the taste is perfect. Great. And just like I said earlier, the sesame seed, if you have it, you could crush it and add it on. And now, the noodles. That's about 4-person portion, just, estimation based on my experience, but please follow the directions on the back of the package. Just like I told you earlier, we're going to be cooking the noodles for about 4 to 5 minutes. However, it's going to pass quite quickly. The reason why I did not edit or cut this part short is because I need to show you how the noodles will be boiling. The dry noodles got a lot of starch, so if you're boiling the noodles, you got to make sure that you stir it so that the noodles won't clump together. And it will also make a lot of foam, so you need to put a little bit of cold water while you're cooking it, just like what you're seeing right now. And just for your information, I did about 2 to 3 times of cold water pouring during the 4 to 5 minutes cooking time for the noodles. And depending on your home and depending on the amount of heat that your stove is generating, it could be more or less. Just you need to play by ear. I usually taste the noodles to make sure that the noodles are cooked well and perfectly, but you can simply follow the direction of the back of the package because it would pretty much result the same. The noodles are ready. Pour it onto the strainer to drain out all the hot water, and we need to cool down the temperature of the noodles by pouring into the cold water bowl. Be careful, the noodles are very, very hot. We usually call this cleaning the noodles because all the starches that came out while we were boiling the noodles, that needs to be drained out. And we usually do this for about 3 times while we're cooling down the temperature of the noodles. And now I'm going to speed it up a little bit to go to the next process. Before we mix the noodles with kimchi, I'll also show you a standard soy sauce combination. 2 spoons of soy sauce, 2/3 spoon of minced garlic, and black pepper. I would say about half spoon. And then I would say about 2 spoons of sugar. As you can see, I put 1 spoon of sugar and 1 spoon of oligosaccharide syrup. You don't have to put 1 each. You could just put either 2 spoons of sugar or 2 spoons of oligosaccharide syrup. You taste it and that's perfect. Now, we're gonna put about 3/4 of the noodles into the kimchi and we're gonna mix it, and then we're gonna leave 1/4 amount of noodles to mix it with the soy sauce combination. When you're mixing the noodles with the kimchi and the sauce, just make sure that you don't squeeze too much. Just basically you toss the noodles and try to mix the kimchi and the sauce together thoroughly. Now we're going to take the soy sauce mix and we're going to pour it onto the noodles that we have left. And basically what you need to do is just mix it just the same way that you did with the kimchi sauce. And we're going to add a bit of a pepperoncino to spice it up a little bit. Just make sure that you don't squeeze the noodles. Simple and very gentle toss. And of course you would need to taste it to make sure that the taste is good. Now the plating time, as you can see, you could either use your hands or you could use the same technique that you use for the plating the spaghetti or other pasta dishes. And pretty much every ingredients are topped up and ready to be served, and I hope you enjoyed my video. And this is a great food for especially for the summer season, so I hope you could try this for the summer ends. And if you like my video, please subscribe my channel and turn on the notification. Thanks for watching. See you next time.